Tricia, can you hear me okay?
Can hear you fine. How are you?
Great. Right on time as always. Are you the first person to the set always? Like that's your thing?
I am chronically early. It's like a sickness. My
There
kids
you go.
hate it because their friends are always like, "Why are you guys always the first ones to the party? Why are you always the first one?" I'm like, sorry, I can't be late.
Well,
It
for the
causes me way
press,
too much anxiety.
that's a wonderful thing for the press because you never know the wild card of like, is the person going to call in or anything like that? So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So for you guys, it's a positive. For everybody else in my life, they're like, no. Like,
exactly. Well,
exactly.
the newest project that I'm aware of, because let's face it, you probably have five more projects in the can the way that you.
Oh, I wish.
Oh, well, Donny's Bar Mitzvah. When exactly was that filmed?
It was filmed summer of 2019. So I think we started in July, end of July, and then through like the first few weeks of August.
Got it. So it wasn't in the can that long compared to a lot of the other films I've interviewed actors for. I'm hearing 2017s and 2018s more so than
Are
20.
you serious? Oh no,
Yeah.
they were pretty fast. I mean, I was doing ADR for it, I mean, before the pandemic. So I think if anything, the pandemic slowed everything down but I think it was pretty much ready to go within a year.
Did you get to see the film right after you filmed, or did you have to wait?
It was right. No, we had to wait. We did have a big screening. Can't remember where it was, somewhere on the west side. So we did have like a big screening, and oh my God, have you seen it? Have you seen the film?
They forgot to send me the full link, so I've just seen the extended 3-minute trailer, which
Oh,
I don't have the full, what do you call it, the curveball that's going to happen, because trailers always have that big thing that you haven't seen yet.
yeah. Well, there's a lot in there. There's a lot of curveballs.
But I'm very familiar with your body of work before this. My
Oh,
wife and I were diehard fans of the Mick, and
oh,
when you talk to Poodle Pemberton, you have to respect the craft.
well, I mean, come on. Poodle.
Exactly.
One of my favorite characters ever. Well, Caitlin is one of my best friends in real life. We met, gosh, 2008 when I produced a little indie movie called Weather Girl, and I cast her in it, and we just became, the best of friends. So when I auditioned, and we would go out all the time, and people would always think we were sisters, and we were pregnant at the same time, and so we got it even more when we were pregnant at the same time. And then I auditioned for the Mick to play her sister, and they're like, "Yeah, we love her, but I think she looks too much like your sister." Like we're like, what to play? So that's why I had to wear a brown wig on that show, because apparently we looked too alike. But
wow. And of course, that's not the only project that you worked on with her or for other people from Sunny. You were also one of my favorite shows of all time, AP Bio.
Yes, with Glenn. Yeah.
Exactly.
And well, actually, Glenn was recurred on a series that I did in like 2001 called called That Was Then. It was for ABC. It was short-lived. I think it only aired like 9 episodes or so. And he had a recurring role. He was so good. So we kind of became friends, just a whole group of us during the filming of that. And then we kind of lost touch. And so, then I met him again, obviously through Caitlin, and then I did AP Bio. And so I've known Glenn for a really long time, but through all these different projects.
Yeah, it was kind of the trifecta of, why do I want to speak with Tricia? Well, this new movie looks great. She's got this excellent body of work to her. And her Twitter bio is, I play bitches on TV.
I mean, I do. My kids are always like, "Are you nice in this one?" I'm like, "No." Like, "Why are you always mean?" I'm like, "I don't know." I don't know. I do. I play a lot of bitches, but they're really fun to play.
Was that a line
I'm not a bitch in real life.
Well, was that a line that somebody said to you once, a typecast kind of thing, or did you come up with that yourself?
No. I was trying to like figure out, what do I say in my bio? Do I like break down like, "Oh, I'm, one of the meanie moms," or I'm, poodle or whatever? And I was like, I think, no, I play bitches on TV. That's how you might know me, from the bitch that you saw on some show.
That's fair. So going back to Donny's Bar Mitzvah, was that a traditional audition kind of process, or you'd worked with somebody on a different project before?
No, he offered it to me. I didn't audition for it. And then he told me why after the shoot. We were walking out after rapping, and I know what it was. He saw me on 2.5 Men playing Ashton Kutcher's Sugar Mama. And so, again, you haven't seen the whole movie. You've only seen the trailer, but it's apropos for what my character is, where my character goes in this, in the movie. So he thought of me.
Well, I will be seeing the movie, of course, before this post, but
okay.
At this point in time, if the average movie is 30 minutes, 90 minutes long, and the average trailer is about 2.5 to 3 minutes long, I have seen, a 30th of the movie. So
okay, well, that's
I did some of my homework there.
That's a lot. Okay, good.
Something that I'm curious about is with bar mitzvahs. Yeah. When you're from New York, New Jersey, except for my wife, who I don't think has been to a bar mitzvah before, you find that some people grew up going to a lot of them, and you have your roots in Chicago. Did you go to a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs growing up, or zero?
No, I have been to one bar mitzvah and one bat mitzvah. Recently, bar mitzvah was 2 years ago, but not even. Like a year and a half ago, bat mitzvah a little bit before that. But what's funny is that since shooting Donny's bar mitzvah, I have a recurring role on a Disney show called Sydney to the Max. And I play Ava Kolker's mom, she's amazing. Mm-hmm. All of the kids on that show are amazing. But and so the last episode that I shot was for a bat mitzvah. And it was amazing. I mean, I got all verklempt while I was watching my granddaughter. But meanwhile, my daughter, I'm not Jewish, but my ex-husband is. And so she really wants a bat mitzvah. So she's, doing JLC every Sunday, and she's learning Hebrew, and she's doing all that. And all I can say is, I hope that her bat mitzvah is more like Ava Kolker's bat mitzvah on City to the Max than Donny's bar mitzvah. That's all I'm going to say.
Would you say from your experiences that a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah is basically just a wedding where there's one person you're celebrating at this point? It's the same songs for that 4 to 5 hour occasion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's pretty much the case. But I mean, judging by what I learned shooting Donny's bar mitzvah, and again, my experience has not been that, but that the parties seem to be more about the parents than the.
Exactly.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, it's showing off. Well, from my experience and those around me, it's, hey, we're doing pretty well, aren't we doing pretty well? Yeah, you're doing pretty well.
That is so funny. That's so funny. I'm just going to show up at my daughter's bar. I'm like, I don't know, just tell me where to be. And then I was talking on Sitting to the Max. I was talking to Caroline Ray, who plays the mom of the show, and I was telling her, it's so weird. I'm playing this with Ava, and I'm, my daughter's going to have her bat mitzvah in September, and she's like, you're gonna spend a lot of money. And I was like, what? And she's like, it's really expensive. Like the swag that you have to give. I'm like, I have to give swag? Like, you have to be like, I'm used to goodie bags at the end of a play date or something, but I do I have to spend a ton of money?
I don't think so. For when I was growing up in suburban Long Island, it was a T-shirt with a pun on it. Like, let's say it was a Hawaiian theme. It might be like, I got laid at Jeremy's bar mitzvah.
Okay.
I think you could just get away with the pajama T-shirt.
I can do that. Okay, that's fine. I didn't know I was gonna have to get like diamond rings for people and stuff. Like, I don't want to do that.
Exactly. So another thing that's awesome about you and your career is not just an actress. You've also found success within production, and you were also mentoring people early on in your career with the Chicago-based organization you had. Was that early on organization hey, I'm going to break in, or was it, no, I want to foster the arts?
You did your research. Wow. No, I wanted to help. I wanted to help because I took a trip to LA. I moved out here briefly after college. I went to school in University of Wisconsin, moved back to Chicago, and then came out here for like an extended pilot season when in 93 or something. And what I realized in that short, maybe 9-10 months, is that there were so many more opportunities for actors to sort of hone their craft or network with other actors or, take classes or, there were just so many more resources available if you wanted to be a TV and film actor in LA. Obviously,
Right.
because Chicago was more theater and commercials. So when I moved back to Chicago, I started the Actors Connection because I just sort of wanted to provide more resources for the Chicago acting community. And so we did all kinds of stuff. But I had a staff of like 6 female volunteers, all actresses, and it was a very girl power company.
Spice Girls.
And
Yes.
it was totally Spice Girls. Oh yeah, we even took like glamour shots, like the 6 of us, like, all professional.
I'm going to say
what?
posh. You played the posh role.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, thanks. I love her wardrobe. And then, we did resumes, and we had like the whole lobby of the office was a headshot photographer gallery. So it was like, they could display their work, and there were little business cards so you could research photographers. I had a library of like monologues and scenes. It's for people to borrow if they had to audition for something. And then there was like a self-taping room. And then I brought in different casting directors and acting teachers and directors and people to do little seminars and workshops. And then ultimately I published, was basically like the Working Actors Guide, but for Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that in 95 and 96. And then I woke up, I was living in my office. I went through a breakup. I broke off an engagement and then moved into my office, and my lovely landlords in this office building in River North in Chicago, they were an older couple, Betty and Eddie, and I'm like, can I live here? And they're like, well, yeah, sure. I mean, I was like, I have nowhere else to go. I'm not charging actors a lot of money. I'm barely making rent, so they built a bathroom for me in my office so I could shower there. But while I was waiting for that to be built, they gave me the key to a vacant office on the floor above. Mm-hmm. And so every morning I had to get my little shower caddy and my robe and walk through the stairwell of an office building, let myself into an empty apartment, like come back in with a turban, like morning. It was so horrible, but that was my life. And then I woke up one day in like 97 or something. I was like, why am I here? I think I'm done helping everybody else. I gotta go. I gotta go try and make a career of this,
It's interesting to hear all that, because I know that the Chicago theater scene back then, John C. Reilly was doing a lot. I'm guessing he was a contemporary of yours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then. And
Steve Carell.
Yeah, exactly. All the Second City people. Yeah. And I know you have your sketch background. And nowadays, you could make a living being an actor in Chicago, Atlanta, New Orleans, etc. Yeah. Back then, I think you kind of had to get out.
Well, if you wanted a career in theater, that is the great place to be. I mean, amazing theater in Chicago. If you want to do commercials, also a great place to be. But if you want to do TV and film, I mean, there were the random, like, I don't even remember the names of them, like Chicago Fire, Chicago Hope or something, random shows that shot there, and maybe you could get like a few lines on that show. I booked a couple things by being put on tape, like when flown to LA to test, which I thought was super lucky, but that didn't happen often. So if you wanted to be in TV and film, you had to eventually move out here. But yeah, you're right. Nowadays, not so much.
Nowadays, not so much. So wonderful journey that's still going on. Is there another project or two that's in the can that you're allowed to talk about, or is Donny's Bar Mitzvah it for now?
Well, I'm definitely promoting that right now because it's I think March 23rd is the release date, right? No, like I said, I'm recurring on Sydney to the Max. Just finished another episode last month. I just finished the Saved by the Bell season 1. I did 5 or 6 episodes of that.
Wait. We watched every episode of Saved by the Bell. I'm trying to think.
The new one?
Yeah, that was the best reboot that had no business being a good reboot.
It was so good, right? I played Jade Huntington Snell. I was the one who wanted to get rid of the Douglas kids.
Yes, those mothers were very pestering. Like, you were in the first scene, I think, of that first episode where like the news coverage.
Yeah. And the parent teacher meeting or whatever it was. So I did maybe 6 of those or something, and that was really fun. Shoots right down the street, so I was like, yes, please, more of that. I did a 911 that aired, I think, last month, and then just a ton of auditions. Auditions are really picking up, so that gives me hope that everything's opening up again.
Well, that's fantastic. And I really do apologize for not singling you out. I guess when you have the brown wig on the mic and you have the glasses on now, sometimes
and
you don't
I've
know.
been letting my hair go curly because I'm so like, this is my pandemic going natural look. I'm like, screw this. So yeah, so most of the stuff I've done, I've like got the straight hair or whatever. But
Exactly. I guess just keep checking the IMDb page, keep checking the Twitter, and that's where we'll see you popping up next.
Yes, exactly.
Well, 3 quick questions, random questions that are not connected to anything, and then you're free. And the first one is, who is Tricia O'Kelley's favorite band of all time?
Beatles. Easy.
Not
so
easy.
I was that girl who wore like a black armband every December 8th and every October
John
9th,
Lennon.
You know, yes. I you know, like even freshman year of high school when I'm trying to make friends and people are like, who's that freak with the, you know, like, so no, they've always been my favorite. And you know, I don't listen to, I'm just kind of a, I don't want to say it, but I'm kind of like a top 40 kind of person in the car, but 80s music is my all-time favorite. Like if I'm, you know, if I had my choice, if I was at a party or something, I would want 80s music playing the whole time.
So the Outfield, your love, that's going to be one of your go-to.
Sure. Howard Jones, The Cure, love it.
Awesome. Next question. TV recommendation for the moment. Can you pass along a show that somebody should start watching if they haven't started already?
Ted Lasso. Is that too obvious?
No.
Best series I've ever seen. I just absolutely loved it. And I felt like it came at the exact right time. I felt like it was exactly the type of show that we needed after 2020. Like it was just a feel good, heartwarming, beautifully done, beautifully acted, loved it. And then I also just finished Sex Education. Have you seen that?
Who's in that?
Gillian Anderson,
Okay.
a couple great kids, and I'm really mad that I don't remember this kid's name because what's his name? He's so good.
My wife said somebody from Lord of the Rings was in that.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. It wasn't one of those things that I'm like, I didn't know Gillian Anderson was in it when I watched it, and she's so good in it.
She just said Haley Joel Osment. Do I have that correct?
Oh,
or am I
no,
getting fake news here?
He was in Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
Which was also great. Just watch it. The kid, the star of the show, I wish I could remember his name. He's so good, and he reminds me a little bit of Patrick Adams, who starred with me in Weather Girl. There's just that adorable, he's so good. So those two would be my recommendations.
Good pick. And Ted Lasso is not too obvious if you think about how segmented everything is. So not everyone has Apple TV. So I think that's going to be one of the next 3 we watch. And
I mean, nobody would regret watching that show. Nobody would regret it. Yeah.
And the closer, and this can be as long as you want, as short as you want, and include as much self-promotion as you want, is Tricia, any last words for the kids?
Say that one more time.
Any last words for the kids?
Any last word? Don't watch Donny's Party. Don't watch Donny's Party. Sorry, I keep saying Donny's Party. It used to be called Donny's Party. When we
bar mitzvah is a party, so that's fair enough.
Yes, do not watch it. I am going to send my kids not just out of the room, but out of the house entirely when I watch it. Don't be like me or any of the other characters in Donny's bar mitzvah. What else? And then, just be a good person. No, I don't know. Like, honestly, here's my advice just in general, away from Donny's bar mitzvah. Be true to who you are. Don't ever change for anyone. And trust your gut. Learn to listen, learn to know what your gut is, learn to know what you're into, what that is, what that feeling is, and trust it.
Can't argue with that. Well,
and go after your dreams, blah, blah, blah.
et cetera.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for your time on a Sunday night, mind you, New York time. So keep up the greatness there, Tricia.
Thank you so much, Darren. This was really fun.
My pleasure.
I hope you like the movie.
Oh, no, there's no side I needed. We will love that movie.
It's so fun, really. And Jonathan did an amazing job. And I'm totally kidding about I just don't want my kids to see it. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Point taken. Cool. Thanks.
All right. Have fun.
Paltrocast.